Namaste everyone, Jai Guru. The word Guru means the dispeller of darkness. So the Guru is the one who holds our hands and takes us from darkness into light. In fact, traditionally in India, we have known that the Guru has been considered as the most important person in one's life. In fact, if you remember in the autobiography when Guruji's father is rebuking him and objecting to his involvement in the Sri Rampur ashram of Sri Yukteswar going again and again, and he's saying something about Sri Yukteswar, and Guruji has to eventually raise his voice and says, physical birth is something, but spiritual birth is everything. In India, it is not without reason that we have kept alive this lamp of the Guru Tattva. It is not without reason that year after year, century after century, age after age, we are commemorating, celebrating and paying homage to the Guru. Each devotee understands and should understand that the Guru is the only guarantee to the individual who wishes to transcend sorrow, who wishes to transcend death and live in the consciousness of truth. Continuing this thought, I'd like to relate an incident from my life which is related to the blessing of the Guru, grace of the Guru. And this is about 3-4 months back in the month of March. I had gone to visit the Andaman Islands with my family. And we were like 8 of us, 2 families. So we were traveling from one island to another on a ship. And it was like about 3.5-4 hours journey. We were enjoying our journey and sitting inside the air-conditioned cabin, and the ship was moving. And after about 1.5-2 hours, we realized that the speed of the ship had, slightly slowed down. But we did not consider it a big thing. And after some time, we realized that the lights in the cabin had started to flicker and the voltage was going down. But then again, we said, okay. Then again, as the ship was slowing down slowly, so a few of us went outside on the deck. And standing there sometime, we realized that the ship, instead of going straight, was going in circles all the time. It was just going in circles. The speed had reduced. And we could sense that the crew were, moving hush-hush here and there on the deck, in the engine under the deck, captain's cabin. They were all talking to each other. Things were happening, and we could sense that there was something amiss there. And in hustled voices, what we heard was that the steering of the ship had gonged off, and the entire front panel had fused. So it was not working. The only thing, the power was there. And the steering was fixed in one point, so that, the ship was only going round and round and round. So this, we thought, okay, they'll take care of it, things over there, expert people. And so, but slowly as time went by, and there were 100 people on the ship, including children, including the crew and the children. So, people started to panic, and there were some who were talking to the crew people as to where the life jackets are, where are those small boats that one throws into the ocean, the ship starts to sink, and all those things happening, and some people are talking to each other, and all these things were happening. And then I just started thinking, I said, okay, what can I do in this situation? I said, okay. So I went into a corner and I started to meditate. Just sat in a corner and meditated. When I opened my eyes, it was, I think, just about an hour at that time. And after that, the crew people, they found out a way of controlling the steering of the ship from in the engine just inside the deck. So one person had to stand outside and give him direction. The other person was mechanically doing something which was an electronic device. So they worked it out, and the ship was started, and the ship started to move. And we were all saved, obviously. And so the important thing that you feel is that you are protected all the time, anywhere on this planet, I think even beyond, anywhere in this life and even beyond, you feel that protection of the Guru. Once you trust, give yourself completely. In meditation, I just gave myself to him, said, this life belongs to you, you will decide what has to be done. And soon after that, result came out. But even more important than the life being saved is that throughout the situation, there was not even one moment in which I panicked. There was not a speck of fear in my consciousness. Now that fearlessness in the face of any situation is purely the grace of the Guru and nothing else. And for that fearlessness, I can bow 1,000 times at the feet of my Guru, and for everything else also in life, we can do that. So I'll just read a few words from the Ramcharitmanas. Before Tulsidas describes the character and story of Ram, he praises his Guru, and here he is describing the importance of the dust of the feet of the Guru. So these words are, Bandau Guru Pad Padum Paraga, Suruchi Subas Saras Anuraga, Amiya Murimay Churan Charu, Saman Sakal Bhav Ruj Parivaru, Sukriti Sambhutan Bimal Vibhuti, Manjul Mangal Mod Prasuti, Janman Manju Mukul Malaharni, Kiye Tilak Gungan Baskarni. And this means, I greet the pollen-like dust of the lotus feet of my preceptor, refulgent, fragrant, and flavored with love. It is a lovely powder of the life-giving herb, which allays the host of all the attendant ills of mundane existence. It adorns the body of a lucky person, even as white ashes beautify the person of Lord Shiva, and brings forth sweet blessings and joys. It rubs the dirt off the beautiful mirror in the shape of the devotee's heart. When applied to the forehead in the form of a tilak, it attracts a host of virtues. The splendor of gems in the form of nails on the feet of the blessed Guru unfolds divine vision in the heart by its very thought. The lustre disperses the shades of infatuation. Highly blessed is he in whose bosom it shines. With its very appearance, the bright eyes of the mind get opened. The attendant evils and sufferings of the night of mundane existence disappear.